Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about the trailer we got for Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 7. We're going to go through the trailer and do a shot-by-shot breakdown of it. Also, I will be doing a review at the end of the episode for Episode 6. I didn't do a full, I didn't do like a separate video for Episode 6 just because there isn't that much I need to say, so I just wanted to tag it on at the end of this review. But with that being said, let's get into this trailer. So, quick announcement, since the Walking Dead Season 10 trailer is dropping next week, I will be doing a Walking Dead Q&A later on this week. So any questions you have about the Walking Dead that you want me to answer, let me know in the comments down below, or you can go in my community section of my channel and ask it there. I made a post, but I'll be going through some questions and answering them later on this week regarding the Walking Dead, just because the trailer is dropping next week. So any question about season 10 predictions, anything like that, let me know in the comments down below. But let's get started. All right, so before we get into the trailer, let's go ahead and read the information about this episode. Its title is Still Standing, and the synopsis says, Strand and Charlie seek safety. Dory helps John on his quest. Morgan stays focused on the greater mission. Alicia refuses to give up. So Morgan focusing on the greater mission, I believe that's him trying to get a Logan, because that's what he's been trying to do since episode 1. They set that up in episode 1, so that is the greater mission. It doesn't look like the CRM will come back around. They may, but they probably will in some way, since they've already been exposed to fear. We'll see, but we do have the radiation girl back, and we saw in the last episode she was there too. But the trailer opens up. We have Morgan and Alicia here, but action-wise, we have this right here where the hot air balloon came down, and now they're in the radiation zone. And I really hope they play up this radiation thing, because it is interesting. And later on in the trailer, we see more. Some more stuff going on with that radiation plant, and it could possibly explode. And I think it's an interesting element to throw in, and I'm happy they did. I just hope they play up on it and they do more with it. That'd be, because they haven't really been doing much with it. So I just hope they do something with it, And I do wish Fear played on that a little bit more. Maybe somebody killed a walker that was exposed to radiation and they got sick or something. They don't have to die or anything, because Fear has killed characters, and maybe they don't want to kill more characters, but just something to put the stakes higher. Even a death could work, but just something so the stakes could be a little bit higher. I do wish they played on that early on, because they did introduce the radiation walkers really early. They just haven't done anything with it. But we'll see if something happens in Charlie or Strand, because they are on their own and they're in that location. And I'm interested to see if somebody's going to come help them, because based on the synopsis, everybody looks to be doing their own thing. Dory helps Dwight on his quest, him looking for Sherry. Morgan stays focused on the greater mission. Alicia refuses to give up. I do think Morgan is going to go help them, though, because he was the one talking on the radio. I do like this part of the trailer. We have Grace here, and this reactor is starting to melt down, obviously. We see the hole in it, but June says that second reactor might melt down. So they have to get out of there, definitely. If an explosion or it completely melts down, they definitely have to get out of there. And I think that's where the plane is going to come in. I really hope they fix the plane, because I just hope that's their way of escaping, because if they don't fix the plane, somehow they dip some other way, like that would be really balmy, because they spend so much time trying to fix that plane. I want them to fix it now, and I want to see them in the plane. So hopefully it does fix by the end of this episode. It definitely has to be by the end of this episode, or at least the beginning of next episode, because they have to get out of there. And I'm sure they're going to do that before the mid-season finale. Here's a shot of the plane. We have, you can see they're out of fuel. Both of them are like really close to empty. So it turns on. So I think maybe they're going to get it running. And then they just need gas. But they most likely are going to find that. I don't think it's going to be that difficult. And then we have John and Dwight here. And John says, I think I may have got us into some trouble. So not sure exactly what he means by that. If I had to guess on it, I would say he most likely wandered off into the radiation zone, or too close to the radiation, or they're just surrounded by walkers, because these two are really busy with the Sherry stuff. We did see at the end of last episode that he did see that note, and he kind of hid it from Dwight. So that was interesting. You guys let me know, do you think he just showed the letter to Dwight? I think eventually he will, maybe even in this episode, because Dwight's not gonna give up looking for Sherry, maybe even after that letter. But I do think he's gonna eventually show Dwight that letter. You guys let me know in the comments down below if you think he should or shouldn't. And then we have a quick action sequence here. We have the kids trying to run away from some walkers. We have somebody here trying to fix the plane. I'm still hoping it does work by the end of this episode. And then we have Grace here. I'm not sure exactly what she's doing. This box is like smoking, and it is connected to, I believe, the power plant, and it's smoking, and she's like hitting it. So maybe she's trying to contain it or fix it or something. But if that power plant explodes, they need to get out of there, because they're all going to be exposed to a lot of radiation. So I think that is what may happen, because remember, Morgan was also trying to get Grace to come with their group. So maybe, if the power plant explodes, she definitely is going to have to go and leave. So I think maybe Grace is going to join the group, because they all have to leave that area. She is also on the poster for season 5B, so I think she is going to be in the next half part of the group. So that's most likely is what's going to happen, or at least that's what I think is going to happen. And that's kind of where the trailer ends. We have Alicia killing a walker, and then we have Morgan walking inside this house. There's not too much going on in this trailer. It looks like the group is kind of separated into just 2s and 3s and stuff like that, and they're trying to do their own separate thing. I'm really hoping by the end of the episode everything is resolved and they get out of there and we can see what's going on with Logan. I'm still interested in Logan, and I have high hope, and I really hope they pick it up in the second half, like pacing wise. Now, and this is kind of going into my review for episode 6, because there isn't much going on right now on Fear the Walking Dead. There's a lot of waiting around, and the plot is not advancing. They've been stuck on this plane the entire half season, which is kind of blowing my mind that they wanted to stick on this for that entire season. Like, there's a lot of character moments. Some of them are really good, some of them not so much, and I do enjoy some of them. Like, I like the Alicia stuff, I like the John and Dwight stuff. There's a lot of good character moments. I did like the Annie and Alicia moment in episode 6. But there comes a time when there are too many character moments and the plot needs to move forward. And that's what Fear needs to do. And I really hope that, I can kind of see what's going to happen. I think the second half of the season is going to be focusing on Logan. It has to, There's going to be something, they're probably going to see Logan in the finale, the mid-season finale, and it's going to set up the second half. But I just hope that second half is worth it and promising. I still have high hopes, because I am interested in Logan to see what's going on with him. But I just really wish they didn't stick so long, with the helicopter stuff, and they kind of moved forward with that, but they just didn't, which is a bit frustrating. Like, I know TV shows and movies need to have false hope, but with Fear the Walking Dead, they're doing it a little too much. I think this whole plane situation should have been maybe 1 or 2 episodes, and they could have moved forward with it. But don't get me wrong, there are things I liked in episode 6. The hot air balloon thing is what everybody was kind of talking about. I kind of see some people saying they liked it, some people saying they didn't like it. And it's kind of mixed, because it was so random and funny, and that's kind of what it was for me. Like, I thought it was super random and funny. I did laugh at it, but they just crashed into the radiation zone. But we'll see. That obviously is gonna go nowhere, but I just thought that was a little funny. I like that. I did like it. I also did like some of the character moments, like I mentioned before with Dwight and John. I do like these two a lot. I think they're a great duo, and I really hope they play up on it more, because I like the Daryl callback too. That was nice. And I just love these little callbacks and tying the shows together. And John is already, he's becoming a fan favorite. I see a lot of people saying they want to see John in The Walking Dead, and that's what I mean. Like, the characters are great. They really are. They just need to amp up the story, because when people say stuff like they want the Fear characters on The Walking Dead, and I've been saying it too, don't get me wrong, that just goes to show that the characters are great, just the story isn't that great, And I am happy, though, that now everybody seems to be on the same page, because Alicia and Annie had that moment, and it looks like they're now, everybody is, pretty much on the same page, and hopefully nobody betrays anybody to move forward. And I said this in my last review from last week. I said that I think these kids in this group need to settle down somewhere, because that's also the problem. They're not moving anywhere. Like, they're just on the road randomly, or they're just stuck in one place for a long time. I think if they settle down in one place and then the plot comes to them, that would be more interesting, because that seems to work for The Walking Dead. Like they have Alexandria, and then things come to them, or they run into things outside. Especially with these kids now, I think they need to find a place to settle down and have a community. If they aren't going for The Walking Dead, if they aren't heading towards Alexandria or something, at least get themselves a community. And that's also where Daniel can come back into play. I think Daniel will come back into play, and he has a big community, which, I mean, that's gated and everything, and has a ton of supplies for a lot of people. So I think that's where it's kind of headed. I would be really surprised if we never see that place again, or never see, Daniel again. I think that's where they they want to take the plane to Logan. I get that. But Logan is not gonna be like friendly. We all know that also. So we'll see. I just think that Fear needs to settle down in one place and let the plot come to them. I am gonna wrap it up there. You guys let me know in the comments down below your thoughts and opinions about Fear the Walking Dead season 5. I still have pretty high hopes because they have been setting up a lot of stuff throughout the season, interesting stuff. They just need to get this plane going, and then we can finally get all that stuff. But you guys let me know in the comments down below your thoughts and opinions. I am gonna wrap it up there. Like I said, hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating, and for more Walking Dead videos just like this, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.